Misconception number one: financial advisors all do comprehensive planning. This is by far the number one most frequent misconception that I see. It was fascinating to me in the transition from my former career of consulting financial advisors and wealth management firms all around the country and transitioning into becoming a fiduciary financial planner. How consistently people tell me that financial advisors are quite simply all the same. They're like plumbers or roofers. We just want the person that will get here the fastest and do the job the cheapest. And I'm here to share that that is not the best approach when it comes to hiring a financial advisor, because experience and expertise vary quite widely. For example, you can have someone who has the title financial advisor on their business card that only sells whole life insurance. You can have someone whose title says financial advisor who only sells commission-based real estate investment trusts. You could have a financial advisor who does fully comprehensive, holistic, fiduciary financial planning and looks at all aspects of an estate. But if you look at the business card alone, there's no way for investors to tell. It's very common for people to tell me that their financial advisor is bringing them maximum value. With a few key questions, though, we're able to determine whether or not that practitioner is in fact bringing the most tangible value to the estate by filling in all of the major planning gaps. Here are some typical questions I'll ask. Is your financial advisor working alongside of your estate planner to not only drive the overall estate plan, but to make sure that the planning gaps, particularly for generations 2 and 3, have in fact been filled? Is your financial advisor looking at and actively opening your tax return in the financial planning meetings to outline the key tax-driven strategies that really should be driving the overall investment management and portfolio design? Is your financial advisor working alongside of your CPA to make sure that the gap that exists between the tax world and the investment world is in fact brought together to make sure that there are no major gaps between the two, and that every tax reduction strategy for which the estate is eligible has in fact been implemented? Are you one of the lucky business owners whose majority of their net worth is comprised of their business and real estate? If that's the case, is the advisor outlining ways to structure your estate in anticipation of a liquidity event and prevent your heirs from fighting over your assets after you transition to the spiritual side? During your annual review, is your financial advisor walking you through an investment objective and risk tolerance questionnaire, not because the risk tolerance questionnaire should necessarily drive portfolio management, but really to evaluate if your tolerance for risk has in fact changed given the economic changes that we have endured over the last 12 to 18 months? Has your financial advisor called a family meeting so that they can draft a family heritage statement, which is the governing document that helps facilitate and maintain familial unity within your overall family? And lastly, how are you compensating your advisor for the products, services, and strategies that you are getting, and what value is that bringing to your estate? By asking the questions that I just shared, you are now empowered to determine whether your current advisor or one that you're thinking about hiring does in fact offer comprehensive planning services to ensure that you're not being underserved.